Hi, I'm Nathan Thornberry, and I have a tonal, and I get asked questions about it all the time. You might have some things in common with me if you're getting towards 40 or maybe even a little bit above. If you used to work out all the time, and then kids happened, and work happened, and taking care of clients happened, and then like this happens. And I'm not in terrible shape right now, but certainly not the best of my life, and always working to make it better. So this is the tonal unit, and it's all the rage on the internet. It runs about $3,000 on the website, but let me tell you, that is not the price. So let's get to that thing first. It's like $29.95 or $3,000 and some, but by the time you get done buying all of the accessories, like this bench I'm sitting on, the handles that connect to it, you're gonna add another $500, and then there's delivery and installation, which is probably another $500 or $600 as well. So this is a true $4,000 investment, and maybe even a little bit more than that once you get into taxes. So let's get into another con. As opposed to free weights, they're always on. This thing has a switch, and it's right down here by the power supply, and it's just a toggle switch. And I've turned it on, and you'll see that this takes a little while to turn on. Like, here's the tonal logo, and it's going to take a minute. And then these things, which don't have any resistance on them right now, they'll pull into place, and that digital weight will energize, and then you'll be able to use your tonal. So price is definitely a con. Let me tell you something else that is a con. You see this installation here. I had to do this installation myself. If you can see in the background here, we're in a high-rise building, and this wall is in a back bedroom in my high-rise condo. On the other side is another unit. So there's a firewall, there's double thick drywall, and then there are thick, high gauge, low gauge, however you want to say it, thick metal gauge, metal studs on 20-inch separation. So it's not like a 16-inch. So if you have a standard house with 16-inch studs and wood studs and one layer of drywall, they're probably going to come out and successfully install your tonal unit. In my case, didn't happen. Curiously, they wanted me, when they failed to install it, they wanted me to sign off all liability ever for this unit and anything that might happen to it or whatnot if I installed it. I just simply didn't sign the form. I installed it more than professionally, more than qualified to do it, and now we're going. So you can get into all the workouts that people like, and that's one of the advantages, I guess, is that it's all guided. But there's another disadvantage in that, and it's a hidden cost. So for the first year, after you buy a tonal, you're required to pay their fee, and it's like $500 for the first year. So just consider that a part of the cost of the tonal, and just bite the bullet on that one. You don't have to have the digital trainers in order for this unit to be functional. It is functional right now. And I'll show you how I do it. I just set a pounds per arm, and if you're usually lifting, let's say 20 or 30 pounds an arm, take about 30% off, because this is continuous resistance, and these digital weights, they are a lot heavier than regular weight, at least the way that it feels to your body. So we'll just go the easy way. Here we'll go about 20 pounds per arm, and then we'll say, pick my own weights. And it'll give you a few suggestions, and then it'll tell you to choose your move. Now, at the end of the day, these things are just giving you resistance and determining, how far you pulled them out and then how far they came back in. But it shows you and demonstrates, for instance, if you want to do a bicep curl, how you would do that, and you can see how the tonal is set up, and set your reps and all of that thing. It'll let you keep going, so don't worry too much about that. But you can see on the screen how it's set up with the bars just slightly out, and then also the base of them is down at the bottom, and the arm is swung all the way down. So all you have to do is grab this lever right here, and then this button will push it out one, and then you pull this lever up and take it all the way down, and there's your bicep position. Do the same to the other side, and it's very quick. That's the one thing I really like about it. You know, this is convenient. And now you just face and do exactly what they're doing on the screen. You press start movement, and you can do it sit down or stand up, doesn't matter. Grab your weights, and it'll be set at that, 22 pounds per arm is where I ended up, and you pull them up and go back down. And you have weight on you the whole time. Now, if you get out of control and you start pulling it up like crazy, it will adjust and say you need more weight if you have the settings that way, and it'll add more weight. Of course, in the middle of it, you can just send these up here. And do my favorite thing. Because since I've had this, I have never strained a muscle or been uncomfortable, because you can just very quickly go from one exercise to another. So I still have these 20 pounds on, pull it down, do some of these movements, and then switch up to this. Another thing that's kind of clever is it shows your total volume, your total reps, your range of motion, and it tracks all of that, and that's a motivator. But then you get to another disadvantage. If you go to a gym, you see these TVs when people are, doing their workout. They can see a TV. There's no way you're watching this. There's no real structural way to put a TV in front of you unless you're looking the other direction. Now, one little thing that you want to keep in mind, just to keep yourself from being injured, you can take the easy route, follow their instructions, or just make sure whatever movement you're doing, you can just design one. You can be a little creative and go the other way. Make sure whatever your range of motion is, that it's parallel to the movement of the machine. You're not going to hurt yourself this way. And here's another thing. If you're right here and you go, oh man, I feel like I might strain myself going back up, there's little buttons on the side of the handle. Click on them, and all of the weight is gone. So that's it. That's the tonal. Hope you enjoyed my little video, and we'll see you next time.